Hello, welcome back, Team Starlight. We are back with another feature match with me on the left playing Hybrid Blackwings and George making his return from the different dimension with Dark Hero Frogs. What's up?
What is up, guys? I've been away doing a little traveling and being brought back with return, only to be met with a trap dust shoot. My first time back at locals, and I'm already seeing this card. So appreciate that, Albert. He definitely needed that dust shoot though, because my hand is looking stacked.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, normally you probably want to put away that dad, but I saw no darks in your hand, and uh, I just assumed that set was like a dupe.
Right, makes sense. Regardless, putting the sub back slows me down quite a bit. Meanwhile, Albert's got the Whirlwind Shura, and I did have Sangan set, so these are both going to trigger. Definitely the right call putting back the Substitute off the dust shoot, because I was going to pop off tributing that Sangan with the Substitute effect. But instead, Albert's going to get his Vayu first, and because Sangan's mandatory, it's going to be Chain Link 1, and I get to search something after. So I do a little think, decide to go for Armageddon Knight, and I believe Albert knows better than to attack into the Dupe Frog with that Vayu.
Yeah,
So
and I
we'll
don't
see
go
what
for a
happens.
synchro because I have a Kalut in hand, so I felt pretty safe knowing George's hand, but he did just draw a new card that I am unaware of, so I believe that it was the Rhoda that you just drew, right?
Yep, has to be the Rhoda. Otherwise, I'm always going to be resolving that as soon as it hits my hand. We're going to hit a Dark Grepher. So we're going to Stratos. Ooh, special the Grepher. Get that grave set up. We already know the Dark Arm is in hand.
Yeah, I'm starting to shake here. I'm like, damn, I should have just put back Dad. I could deal with a little dupe lock. I
Right.
can't deal with Dad.
But we did talk about it, and like I said, I had Sangan set already, so leaving sub up in my hand would have been possibly just as bad, but maybe not, because we've got a synchro play. I believe I make Dark End, and we drop the Dark Arm Dragon. And as far as I'm aware, this should be enough. We hit the monsters, hit in for a bunch of damage, and we're going game 2. So pretty solid opening. Not even Dust Shoot could slow it down. And with the Whirlwind Shura opening, so pretty good plays. We've got Breaker coming down, hitting the Oppression, turn 1.
Yeah, at this point I was like, damn, George, it's just George's day today, huh?
Right. I mean, every Frog player is going to feel really good. I mean, this is why you side Breaker in. We're choosing to special swap, so we can bounce the Breaker and use it in the following turn. Makes it really awkward for you to set any back row, knowing that we have that, but getting a Grepher of your own, setting up Plague Spreader Zombie and Necro Gardener, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, and I don't think I have any. I have Mirror Force, but we're not setting that into a breaker, so I think I just pass.
Right. Makes
Hoping to
sense.
defend the Greffer with the Gardna.
And we've got the
Unfortunately,
Alias.
yeah, there's no Monarch coming down, so I opt to defend the Greffer because I have Whirlwind, and Gale's gonna search for Vayu and then pitch the
Very
Vayu with the
solid
Greffer.
play. Yeah, as soon as you blocked that Alias attack, I'm sweating. because that means stuff like this is going to happen. We've got the Vayu effect, getting a huge board. I've just got an alias. And we're going to see an attack go through. Do I have a Gores? Doesn't look like it. So I'm going to take a bunch of damage, already down to half my life.
Yeah, and I still don't set the Mirror Force because I don't want to lose it. You got the Treeborn coming back.
Yeah, this is going to be tough to break, but not impossible if I have a Miracle Fusion or a Caius. Looks like we've got Future Fusion coming down, which is nice, but not enough. We'll see if I have any kind of follow-up.
At this point, I was like, man, I feel a miracle is about to come down.
Right. So we send Sub and Stratos. And we do have the Miracle Fusion. So it looks like I was just playing around potential DD Crow. Now that that's something I always have to be mindful of, we choose to banish. So this is what's nice. Future Fusion sends Stratos and Subzitoad. So now if I draw a return later on, I get to return back Sub Stratos, go into a dupe block. I'm trying to get this Whirlwind off the field, so Breaker's coming down, and hopefully we can clear.
Yep, we're gonna get rid of the Armed Wing, and you opt to clear the Greffer, which I think makes sense because you don't want me to pitch anymore.
Exactly. This is the best I could do, is leave the Gale up. I think I have to hit the Armed Wing because I don't want you to make Stardust with that Plague Spreader zombie and then potentially deal with my Ab-Zero. So ideally this makes it a little bit awkward.
Oh yeah, and here like I thought for like forever on how to best deal with this Absolute Zero. So I go Plague Spreader first to like test for Crow, but then I realize, oh wait, I have Kalu. I can just make an Armed Wing and pierce this Treeborn frog.
Yep. So that is a real Armed Wing. And there's nothing we can really do there. Yeah.
It took me so long to get there. I remember in real time, it was like several minutes of me trying to come up with the line when it was just right there, right in front of me. But we get the Stratos start from you, which is always what you want to see, a starter.
Oh yeah, Stratos plus swap, get the Miracle Fusion and the Treeborn set up. Yeah, in hindsight, bringing back that Treeborn was maybe not worth it. Previous game, it just buffed up the Ab-Zero a little bit, but getting pierced and colluded was not on my mind. So very solid play. We've got the set 2 back row, set a monster, dust shoot again, but you know, we're not really mad at this dust shoot, if we're being honest. We kind of have everything we need.
Yeah. So I sent back the swap just so you don't get more frog stuff into the grave, and I just have to deal with the heroes.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Depending on the back row, me being able to bounce that Stratos back with the swap could be problematic. We hit over the Kalute set, which is interesting.
Yeah, and I have Crow, Plague, Sirocco. Summon the Sirocco.
Yep, so we're going to let that go through. Using a Torrential on that Sirocco, to me, doesn't make a lot of sense. And we're just going for the Miracle Fusion. We do have, you know, technically, we cannot get Crowed and have this Miracle Fusion fizzle. And I didn't see it last game, so, you know, Albert's doing a think.
Yeah, I was off my game today. I was like, it doesn't matter at the end what I hit because you still have the 2 targets
All three
and they're
cards are
gonna
getting
get banished.
banished.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to go through. We've got the Ab Zero. I lose my Treeborn access, but if anyone's seen like the deck profiles for Dark Hero Frogs, like we have plenty of ways to get bodies on board. The Icarus is pretty tragic though. Hitting the Torrential definitely puts me back. And at this point now, I mean, we have a bunch of back row, so the Treeborn Frog really isn't coming back anyways, but we've got Alias, which I believe was in the opening hand. Pretty awkward in this matchup because of Sirocco and things like this. Assuming we're going to get Greffer.
I just drew the Rhoda, which I desperately needed. I think I didn't have anything really good in my hand, but we're going to send the value. Got the Sirocco in the grave already.
Sirocco's already set up. So this is going to be problematic. I don't remember what my back row is, but I do need to, you know, if this Alias gets cleared, I have pretty much no threats. I do have that other Miracle Fusion in hand though, so I believe we're just going to let that happen.
Yeah, and you have a Regeki break set, and I'm sure you were saving it in case I said anything to make sure the Miracle Fusion play went through.
Yep, exactly. So we've got the Miracle. If you have another Crow, there's not much I would have been able to do either way. But we get Ab Zero out on the field. And what are we thinking about? I think I'm concerned about Dark Arm Dragon, which is why I'm trying to save the Raigeki break. But ultimately I decide, like, you know, if he has it, it's fine. Because I've got Ab Zero on the field already, so we're gonna see what the move is here.
Yeah, at this point I was afraid of return because one of your sets has been there for a while, so I was like, this might be return because he hasn't flipped it. So
right,
I go Burial.
Yep, that's super scary. We've got another Armed Wing coming down, a Plague Spreader, Normal Summon. This is where I pick up my cards and I'm like, huh, should I do something here? And I believe I decide to flip the Raigeki break. I hit the Armed Wing. In hindsight, 100%, I think I should hit my own Ab Zero and just blow up your whole field. Because now we've got a level 6 coming down. It does force you to make Goyo to run over this 0, but yeah, maybe it's debatable, but I think it just saves a lot of potential headache. Just Ab Zero, making sure you have no plays for that turn.
Yeah, I mean, you could have even held it for the Synchro play, and you would have kept your Ab Zero.
Yeah, I was a little worried about Stardust being made, right? Because then that makes things super awkward. But we trade boards. I've got Swap hidden for 1,000. We send Treeborn Frog, so we've got that set up again.
Yep, we draw Shura off the top. Just slam it down.
We already know where this is going. Albert takes the damage.
Yeah.
Because why else would we just summon Malicious like that randomly? And we're choosing to special swap. See if we bounce the Caius to hand. Yes, we do. You're at 500. So extremely close. Trying to take you off brain control range was pretty important.
And I think I only got one play, which is to go for
Android.
An Android here.
Just so solid because I believe you ended up top decking brain control. So it puts you back in range. I end up setting a card. We're forced to Raigeki Break. We've got Breaker, the negate to stay alive, and then the brain control coming back. It was a dust tornado the whole time. GG's.